great day. So you guys, recently we had something that was kind of a big deal that we kind of talked about. If you're 18 years older, you could go somewhere, you could do what? Anybody remember?
Gamble.
Okay, it is not gamble, but if you were 18 years old, some of you guys might have gone to the casino, okay, for your birthday.
I'm not, no.
Okay.
I'm not 18.
Okay, you're not 18, okay.
No.
I'm not a gambler, just so you know. Okay, here we go.
Vote.
Votes. Okay, I love it. Okay, so some people went and recently voted because they're 18 years old. Some of you guys recently had a question on, like, how do I become president of the United States? What are the qualifications to become president of the United States? So today we're going to go over some of those things. Okay, you have a question?
Oh, actually no. I have an answer.
You have an answer. I love answers.
So it's actually pretty simple. Actually, you have to be born in the U.S., be in the U.S. for at least 35 or 30 years,
Okay.
and not be stupid.
Okay, so those are your things. Okay, so we're gonna explore in our book and we're gonna see if you were right. I like that you are thinking ahead. Great job. Okay, so here's our questions. What qualities make a great leader? Now these things, these are gonna be ideas that you guys have. You can talk to your groups. And what are the qualifications to become a president? So I have these packets that I'm gonna pass out to you guys. And we're going to kind of follow along with these. Okay. Great job. Okay, if anybody needs to use their special device, AAC device, to be able to see better, please let me know and we can get that out. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to think about. When you think about like leaders, okay, I want you to think about like what kind of qualities make a good leader, okay? And I want you to also think about like, are those the same kind of qualities maybe you look for in your friends? Okay, we're gonna shift real quickly and we are gonna watch a short video on the YouTube. And on YouTube, this video is called What Makes a Great President. This video is 23 minutes long. We're only going to watch a couple minutes. It's basically like the person goes up and they ask people and they all have different responses. Some you might like, some you might disagree with, but just follow along. You can write these on your paper if you would like. So if you would like to and you think that these are good, on this side right here we have informal qualifications that would make a good president, and right here are the formal ones. The formal ones we're going to find in the book when we open our book, but the informal ones we are going to, we're going to do right here. And I have your paper right here. Great job. If you could grab your textbook, that would be perfect. Okay, here we go, you guys.
President considers the entire country and not just the demographic that they cater to.
Trustfully, like
Wisdom, just being able to understand the world, the people in the country that you're serving.
Work with the like other types of different people, get people to come together.
One of the best students I ever had in class just ran into her out here on the street.
A good president has to be educated on foreign policy and, of course, you know, what's going on as a whole of the country.
like don't lie.
Someone who's not stupid, someone who at least has a degree in something, I don't know. Like a political science, I don't know.
Someone that has ethics, has a moral code.
Someone that's able to negotiate well with different countries, has a lot of experience working with different countries.
Understand with the people.
Strong moral character.
Somebody that's looking out for the country, someone that doesn't have anything to hide, a person that's willing to admit if they are wrong, and then try to find a way to make it right.
Inspire hope.
Nearly home. Who done it?
We're looking for a house closer to everything, but we don't know where to start.
Find it with realtor.com.
Why did you exit out?
Okay, so that's as much as we're going to watch on this. Okay, so I want you guys to think about that for a second. In your groups, I want you to come up with 3 things that were said in the video that they said make good qualities. So I'm gonna have you guys discuss them. And in just a minute, I'm gonna come to you and I'm going to find out what your group talked about. So if there's 3 in your group, okay, make sure you guys all have one. So I should see you guys talking with each other. Over here, so I'm gonna have you guys
knows what's
discuss
best
for a
for
few
the
minutes.
people,
What do you think makes
has
good
good
quality?
morals and
What did they talk about in the video?
I guess good integrity.
With your group? What did they talk about? You guys remember some things? Did they talk about being honest? Honest? Okay, so that's one you can write down for your group. And then, do you remember anything they talked about in the video?
Build someone who's able to make the best decisions.
Somebody who's maybe looking out for the best?
Yeah.
Interest in all the people?
I think most of it is true.
So you can write some of those there.
About
For what?
stupid and
Correct,
being
what's wrong?
good leader.
Correct, what's wrong? So right here, you can just write down things in the video. So
what
she
do I
just
write
had a
down?
good one.
Right
She
here?
just said corrects what's wrong. And then you guys have honesty.
I like also.
And then did you, and then these ones right here, we'll get onto those ones. This one can go over here. You can just put an arrow, it's fine, across it, put a line through it.
I guess, I also have one. Someone who has humility. Yes. So let's say they make a
Okay,
mistake.
great job. We're gonna circle back, you guys. Okay, so on this paper right here, okay, on the left side, this is where we should be writing. Okay, so informal qualities go right here. So this is gonna be our list that we just did. And then on the right side is gonna be our formal qualifications that we get out of the book. So if you did write it, it's okay. And then this one, you can just put an arrow down there, and when we read out of the book, you can get that there, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna start over here with this group. Okay, what did you guys come up with?
We come up with somebody that's a good leader and someone that'll serve their country like in the best way possible. Like, seeing someone out there, they're like what people think are kind of things, like they kind of like respond in the best way they can.
Okay, great job. Did you have one that you added in, or you guys, that's what you guys said?
We each have one. So.
Okay, let's go over to you.
Well, I think a great leader, I guess.
Someone who knows what's going on.
No. Someone who knows how to run a country and actually not be dumb.
Okay, someone who knows how to run a country, so management skills. Okay, over here.
Someone who's has humility and be able to, like, if they make mistakes, they can be able to try to do what's like best to make
Oh.
it right. And
Okay, I like that. Somebody who has humility, and if they make mistakes, they're able to correct them and to make things right. Okay, that is great. Okay, they did talk about that in the video. We're gonna come over here, and let's see. We'll start over here. What do you think for things that make a good quality in a leader? Being honest. Honest. Okay. Being educated. Okay. And then you had one earlier that you were talking about in your group a little bit. Okay, so understanding what's going on and understanding the community and what's going on in the world and things like that. Great job, you guys. Okay, great participation. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys open up your book, and in your book we are gonna look at page number 371. Okay, now as we read 371, that's where we're gonna come up with these right here, okay? These are the formal qualifications. So these are what we have to mark off on boxes that the person qualifies for. And you mentioned some earlier, so we are on page 371. Okay, so on page 371, it talks about some different qualifications Constitution. So in Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution is where we find these, okay? These aren't just rules that somebody on the street makes up about what the qualifications are. These are legit things that are qualifications that people have to have. Okay, so constitutional requirements. In Article 2, Section 1, the Constitution defines the formal requirements for presidency. Okay, listen closely, and you're going to write some of these down in that column. The president must be a natural-born citizen. So right here, informal qualities, okay? I'm going to underline this on the board. So they must be a natural-born citizen. So these are formal qualities. Okay, natural-born citizen means what?
Been born in the U.S.
They were born in the United States. Great job. Okay, so that's going to be in a formal qualifications. The next one, be at least 35 years old. Did somebody over here say that?
Nope, not me.
I thought you said that.
No, I did say that.
You did say that. Okay, I'm very proud that you knew that. Okay, there's a lot of people that do not know that. That is a great fact to know. Be at least 35 years old. So for formal qualifications on your paper, I should see everybody writing that down. 35 years old. Okay, and a resident of the United States for at least 14 years. What does that mean? A resident of the United States for at least 14 years.
That lived here.
So you have to have, I heard it over here, you have to have lived in the United States and been a resident, resided, okay, in the United States for at least 14 years before taking office. Okay, the same requirements apply for the vice president. Why do you think the same requirements apply for the vice president?
He's the vice president in case like he needs to replace. You have like let's say something happens to the president, and the vice president has to step up and has to take the position of what the president actually does.
Okay, I appreciate that. That is great. That is great. That is perfect. The vice president has to meet the same requirements because if something were to happen to the president, the vice president could possibly become our president. Okay, and when the president is in other countries and he's doing other things, the vice president does sometimes make different decisions for our country. Okay, great job on that. The next section we have right here is informal requirements. So our informal requirements, what does that word mean? Informal requirements. Informal requirements. So informal, it's those people that were on the street. They're good qualities to have, but do they necessarily have to have them?
No.
They don't. They don't. Usually many other qualifications and experiencers is necessary to have a chance of being elected. So one qualification is most presidents have been in government at some point. Nearly every president in American history has served in one of these roles before becoming a president. A lot of them have been a U.S. senator or representative, a cabinet secretary, a governor of state, a general U.S. Army. One notable exception was Donald Trump, who was the first president to be elected without having any experience serving in a government. Okay, so great job there. So keynotes down here, what stands out to you about formal qualifications? Okay, I want you to take a minute and think about that. So what stands out to you about formal qualifications from the Constitution?
Well, without having experience of serving in a government, that's automatically a bad sign.
It could be, yes. So formal qualifications are the requirements, right? Okay, are there requirements? Yes.
Yes.
So formal qualifications are from the Constitution. So we have laws and reasons why we want people to have that. So right here you can write something about that if you'd like. Informal qualifications, what stands out to you? Just, good character traits? Okay. Great Great job, you guys.
I don't know what the other one is.
Okay. Which one?
From qualifications from Constitution.
Okay, so you can put laws, because those are laws that we have. Okay, so those ones are laws. Okay, the next page we have some key academic vocabulary. So we're gonna kind of go through these as a class. So citizenship. What is citizenship?
Well, that's quite simple, really.
Okay, let's go over here.
Citizenship is people who come together, like
Okay.
like citizens who live in a city.
Okay, so citizenship, so if you are a citizen of somewhere, what does it mean? You reside somewhere, you are a citizen.
Citizen.
Now we have this in the back of our book, we have a glossary, we have a dictionary. I'm gonna go to the back real quick, and, okay. Okay, so a citizen is a member of a political society, is what our textbook says, but it says a citizen is the expected qualities that a person should have to be a member of a community. So that's what citizenship is in our book. Okay, so we're gonna write this down. So, yeah, qualities a person should have to be a member of the community. Okay,
Hold on, wait. I'm so right.
right here. Okay. The next word is leadership. Do you guys know what leadership means? What's leadership?
Being able to take, be able to lead others and be able to make decisions and, you know.
So leadership, you can put having authority to make choices. That would be okay. So write that down. So making choices, having authority to make choices. Okay, the next one is integrity. What does integrity mean? What does integrity mean? Have you heard that word before?
Quality.
What is it?
Quality of something, like traits.
I need a leadership thing again.
So we're making choices.
Okay, but what choices though?
Just choices. Just
I'm on day 4 and
Okay, so I'm choosing Robert B. That's leadership, right? You said making choices, but you didn't say what choices that make. So I'm writing Robert
obviously,
B.
if you're gonna be leadership, it's usually for good thing.
Hey.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're not dropping things.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, take care. Bye. Okay, so leadership. So it would be some of these roles that we talked about. Having the ability to make choices. Okay, being a good leader. Okay, representing. Okay, our leaders represent us. So you can put down representing. Okay, representing us. Making choices for the community. Making choices. Leader. Okay, integrity.
I think being able to have good quality, good traits. I think it's condition. Integrity means having a condition of something.
Okay, so if somebody has integrity, I think of them as being like an honest person. Okay, integrity, they have high moral standards, they're trustworthy. So for integrity, I would say maybe trustworthy. Okay, if I said, you have a lot of integrity. Okay, that is a compliment. Okay, that is a compliment. Responsibility. I'm sure that everybody in this room has responsibilities, right? What is responsibility?
Able to take what I feel like accountability also goes with that. It can go inside that word too. Accountability for yourself and for others.
You can write that down, that's a good thing. Okay, being accountable is being responsible. So being accountable is responsible. Empathy, what's empathy?
Being able to feel what like being able to feel feelings that other people are feeling. Being in other people's shoes.
Just being accountable. And then for empathy, it's being able to, you said understand and feel, maybe like comprehend what other people are feeling. So empathy, understand others around us. Okay, great job. Okay, now from these, you're gonna choose one word to write in a sentence. So, I'm gonna give you some examples and you can use something similar, okay? My mom has a lot of integrity. I have a lot of responsibility because I have a job. The president of our senior class has a lot of responsibility. There are many leadership roles on campus. Okay, you're going to choose one word and write a sentence.
Regarding political stuff, or just you can use it?
You can use it any way you would like it. Just demonstrate to me that you understand how to use the word. When we go back to, let's see, you guys are still writing? Okay, when we go back to this qualifications of a president, on that first page, one formal qualification as a president is, you guys remember? We had natural born citizen, right? What else did we have?
Citizenship.
Mm-hmm.
And
How old? Age? Okay, so this is the sentence frame. So one formal qualification for president is blank because blank. What do you think we could put in there? One formal qualification of president is blank. Natural born citizen. Okay, because that's what the Constitution says, or that's the requirement. Yes, you can. Thanks for asking. Okay. A good leader demonstrates blank since blank. Okay. So you can use one of those words. Like, what do you think it could be? A good leader demonstrates
leadership.
Leadership because why is leadership important?
He knows he can make decisions on behalf of people.
Okay, so they can make decisions on behalf of people. That's great. You guys can write that in, okay, or come up with your own. Okay, I believe blank is the most important leadership trait because blank. This is going to be your own idea. I believe honesty is the most important leadership trait because people need to be honest. I believe trust is the most important leadership trait because we need to trust our leaders. I believe education is the most important leadership trait because knowledge is power. What do you guys think? Okay, so make sure you fill these out because I'm going to be collecting them at the end. So I believe blank is the most important leadership trait because blank. Okay, knowledge is power, honesty. Okay, it's important to be truthful, so fill one of those out. Okay, great job. Okay, great job. I'm going to skip ahead, you guys. Kind of in the back of the packet, I have a rubric. So this is how I'm going to be grading your work. So the criteria is that you accurately identify all the formal and informal qualifications. So you understand the content. So I understand that you understand from the discussion like what we're talking about. You use academic vocabulary, citizen leadership correctly in your writing. Your paragraphs are well organized. That's how you're going to get full credit. And then on the back page, it has you participate in discussions. Okay, over here you guys have been doing good. Over here you're a little quieter, but you still have participated. And complete the graphic organizer. So you have to complete this, you guys, to get full credit. This is the organizer. So traits that matter, you're going to put the leadership traits. Example of somebody who shows the trait, why it's important. Do I have this trait? So these right here, you can fill out with anybody. You can put honesty, and you can put my mom or whoever. Why it's important, because honesty is important. Do I have this trait? You can put yes or no. Or if you want to leave it blank because you don't want to answer and you think it's too personal, that is okay too. So you're going to fill out leadership traits. You're going to come up with 4 on your own. You can talk in your group if you need to collaborate. That is okay too. And then the next part is age, citizenship, and residency. Make a good president. And so this part right here, you guys, you're going to write 2 formal qualifications. We just went over those. 1 formal, okay? Why do personal qualities matter? And then here's going to be your paragraph. Okay, this is what I'm going to grade. What leadership qualities do you think is most important and why? This is optional. This is if you finish early, but you don't have to do that. So on page 371, okay, we're going to reflect back to that. You can reflect back to that page, but also, I'm going to bring up this PowerPoint real quickly. Switch. Okay, so real quick review, how to become president. Okay. Okay, natural born citizen. Okay. We have 35 years or older. Resident for 14 years prior to inauguration. Before running, also you guys, they have to pick a political party. Are they going to be Democrat or Republican? So they have to pick which side they're going to be on. And then also, when they run, they generally have to raise a lot of money. You have a question? Okay, so these are some of the things also you can include. Okay, in the primary election, that is when they decide who gets to vote. Each party has a national convention to announce who they have selected. Okay, and so this is kind of just the basic information. Okay? So I'm going to go back to this page right here. Some of the requirements. So make sure you guys fill this out. Do you guys have any questions?
So all of this.
And page 371, you guys, that page is where we got our information from our reading, okay?
You said you knew how to do this part.
No, we're gonna do that part. Someone who has that, so So you have integrity, empathy, responsible, you need one more idea. Okay, you guys are doing a great job with your work over here. And you were doing a good job too. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna come around and just kind of look, make sure everybody's doing good. Okay, great job. Okay, we're gonna conclude this lesson, you guys. So if I could get everybody's attention up in the front. Okay, so from this lesson, you guys, I have a question. My first question is there anybody in this class who maybe wants to run for political office someday?
I'm sorry, I can't. I want, if I did, I can't. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not a natural born citizen.
Okay, but there's other things you can run for, but just not president. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was governor, and he's not natural born citizen, so you can still run for different offices. Is there anybody who's interested in running for politics? You can run for a school board, you can run for all different kinds of things, community organizations. Okay, so if it's something that you guys want to do, you guys, you go through and you look at the qualifications, okay, to see what you have to do, and it's always good to like meet with somebody to make sure that you meet all the qualifications. Okay, what are the qualifications for president? Let's go over those before we conclude. Who has one?
Being natural born.
So it used to be 30.
Okay, he just said natural born citizen, that's one, great job.
You said you have to be 35 or
Okay, great job, you said 35 years old, and you have to have resided in the United States for how many years?
14.
14
At
years.
least 14 years.
At least 14 years before you're inaugurated. Qualities that we've seen in good presidents, you guys mentioned some things, they're the same kind of qualities some of you guys mentioned that you like in your friends. What were some of those? You want a friend who's what?
Trustworthy.
What do you think? You said trustworthy over here?
Responsible.
Responsible. Okay, great job, you guys. You guys did a great job on this. I encourage you to continue to learn to study the government. When you guys go to vote, I encourage you guys to study who's running, why they're running, and look at all the facts yourself and make your own decisions, okay? Great job, you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much.